So in front of me, you see I have 3 different sunglasses, and each of these represents the different ways that men can view women in their lives. So this first lens is what I would call the simp lens.
Oh my God, that girl's so beautiful. If I could just be her boyfriend, that would complete my life.
I can already envision our first kiss, our first date, our first baby together. I'm so excited.
Whoa, God, I don't want to go back to that life, bro. Now, the second lens is what we would call the angry simp lens. Focus on yourself, kings.
These females are for the streets. Modern women, Western women have corrupted society, and they're not worth my time.
Oh, man. I definitely went through that stage. A lot of us go through that stage after we're so disappointed by this first simp stage that we react against it and just be angry at women. Now, this final lens, this is what we call the masculine lens. Damn it, I shouldn't have picked Julia's sunglasses, the one pair of female glasses for this one. But that's number 1, the masculine lens. When you're wearing the masculine lens, you see an attractive girl, and that's all you see. You notice that it's an attractive woman. You don't attach a bunch of this lust for her that, oh my God, she could complete my life. You also don't get angry because you feel like she's not achievable because you've been rejected in the past or have had some, past breakup that's broken you. You don't get angry at her like the angry simp. You just notice, oh, that's an attractive woman. This lens eliminates the lust. I don't have to rush home and wank one out. I don't have to be angry at her. In my head, I'm just thinking, maybe she's cool. Maybe she's not. Maybe I'll go talk to her and see where it leads. But I'm not going to be risking my life to go talk to her. It's just an attractive girl. The whole mindset behind the masculine lens is women are something that can add value and add enjoyment and add companionship to my life. But without women in my life, I'm also all good. Dating the wrong woman is not going to ruin my life and break me. And when you see life through the masculine lens, no longer are you going to feel weak or intimidated around attractive women. You're also not going to feel angry and bitter towards them because you feel like they're outside of your reach. Number 2 is to realize your superpower. You see, as men, we all have a superpower that a lot of us aren't aware of. We don't use it very much, but if used correctly, it will allow us to never be disrespected by a woman, by another man, by a friend, by our boss. It will always allow us to have control over the relationships in our life and never feel like we're going to be used or taken advantage of. Ready? The superpower is simply walking away from a situation when it does not serve your best interests. Like for a lot of us, when we have our first girlfriend, we will never walk away because we're afraid that if we lose her, we're going to be lonely again. We're never going to be able to attract another girl, and we just feel paralyzed in that relationship. Or maybe you're dating a girl who's super hot, but she's disrespectful to you. It's just a shitty, toxic relationship, but you're afraid to walk away because she's hot, man. I probably won't get another girl that's that hot. Or maybe you have a trauma bond with this girl. Something really bad happened to you or to her while y'all were dating, and now you feel like we've gone through this thing together, like we have to stay together now. Or maybe you're just talking to a girl, but she'll never actually show up on a date with you, but she keeps, looking at you at the gym or sending you text messages. So you feel like, man, she still might be interested. I gotta keep trying. If you're not able to walk away when the situation is not suiting your best interests, you will always be the beta cuck who has no power and no control in any of your relationships. Trust me, I learned this the hard way with many different girls. This also means you don't have to risk your life to date a girl. You're not immediately going to be married to her and lose half of your assets. You're just making all of these excuses, bro. No, if things don't go well and the relationship ends up being a bad one, you just walk away. It's not that serious, man. As soon as I started walking away from those toxic girls who just want to play games, immediately my confidence went through the roof. I was able to let girls go and just know that another opportunity was going to come my way. But also, it just changes the vibe that you communicate to women with. No longer are you needy. No longer are you sending that extra text message because in the back of your head, if this doesn't go well, I'm out. And then all of a sudden, way more girls end up maintaining interest in you and wanting to show up on that date because they can tell you're not another dude they can just mess around with. Now, real quick, if you want to flip this dynamic on its head and you want to have women looking at you with lust, well, then you got to be manscaping, bro. And that's why I want to give a big thank you to Manscaped for being the sponsor of today's video. Simply put, Manscaped is going to give you the tools you need to quickly level up your looks as a man by optimizing your grooming routine. And it all starts with this guy right here, the Lawnmower 4.0 body hair trimmer. This features Manscaped's skin-safe technology, which allows you to get a close trim every time without risking any nicks or ingrown hairs. Personally, I use it about twice per week to trim the hair on my chest and abs to reveal maximum muscle definition, because if you're super hairy, it kind of hides all your hard work. And then also I use it to trim my ball hairs because, let's face it, when you trim the hedges the tree looks bigger. I'm also a big fan of this guy right here, the Weed Whacker 2.0, and this quickly trims those disgusting nose hairs and ear hairs. Nobody wants to see those. And because Manscaped is sponsoring today's video, they're hooking us up with a coupon code that's gonna get you 20% off plus free shipping worldwide. Personally, I'd recommend you check out their performance package, which has you covered with the body hair trimmer, the nose hair trimmer, and some other crucial products like their anti-chafing ball deodorant. All for an insanely discounted price that gets even cheaper once you use my discount code. Just click that first link in description to take your grooming routine to the next level. Number 3 is to have a based understanding. Now look, when you first notice a girl, your mind cannot immediately jump to, oh my God, she's hot, she looks cool, that's my dream girl. If I could just get her, my life would be complete. And by the same token, your mind can't jump to like, oh my God, that girl is definitely a slut. She's for the streets. I can't believe any guy would think about dating that girl. Those are the first 2 lenses we talked about, man, right? They're just projecting your own insecurities and assumptions onto someone you don't know anything about. The mindset that's worked best for me is, let's see, she's hot, she seems attractive to me, let's see what else she has to offer. Let's see who she is as a person. So the first step here is just to shoot your shot. And yeah, she might reject you or have a boyfriend or not be interested, and that's not a big deal. Who cares? You just move on with your life until you notice another attractive girl. But the key thing is, as you're talking to a new girl and trying to move things forward, you do not engage in what I would call red flag sweeping. That's me with the broom trying to sweep the red flags under the rug so I don't think about them. Maybe you find out this girl is still talking to her ex. Maybe on the first date, she's on her phone texting the whole time. Maybe she talks down to you and contradicts things you say in public when you're talking to other people. That's disrespectful. Maybe she doesn't respect your boundaries. You tell her that it's bothering you, she's still talking to her ex, and she just keeps doing it. Maybe when you met her, she was already dating someone and then she left that guy to be with you. Like, bro, you don't think you're just gonna be the next guy that she cheats on and hops on to the next guy? Maybe she just has some low value behaviors like getting drunk almost every weekend. You have to realize a girl is not this romantic idea in your head of who you want her to be and who you hope she's gonna become. A girl is a total package of a bunch of different things. Her looks is one thing. Her first impression is one thing. But as you continue to talk to her and date to her, you're now starting to get an actual view on the total package of who she is. And just because that first impression was a good one, like, oh, she's hot, maybe in reality, yeah, she has good looks, but she's actually kind of an ugly person. And that's why no girl deserves to be your dream girl and deserves that level of lust up front, because you don't know anything about her other than like what her skin looks like. And the point's not to be like searching the girl under a microscope to be finding where her red flags are. No, it's just like as you notice them, you don't sweep them under the rug and you use that superpower, walk away. Number 4 is to redirect the lust. So when we first see a really attractive girl, doesn't matter if it's in person or on Instagram or on a dating app, we have this like natural physiological response inside of our body, right? Maybe we don't get like a full-on erection when we just see a girl, but we feel that energy inside of us. We get kind of excited. And a lot of times this will act as a trigger, right? Maybe it makes us want to go home and jerk one off. Maybe it makes us start pursuing this girl like a simp because we don't really feel like we deserve something so beautiful. Or maybe the angry simp, what is the angry simp? I think the angry simp sunglasses come out, and that lust inside of you, it turns into anger and hate and rage because you feel like, I want that girl so bad, but deep down I know I can't get her. Now check it out. There's this idea called sexual transmutation, and if you look it up, you end up finding a lot of these like weird spiritual articles, and I was digging through a bunch of these through the research for this video because the idea is you can transmute that energy towards productive means. Like you just visualize the orgasm in your head and then you let it go. But if I'm being honest, all the articles I read it kind of sounded like weird shit that's not actually going to work. But I do still think it's possible to redirect that energy, because at the end of the day, it is energy inside of you, right? It makes you want to go do something. It causes emotions inside of you. So what has worked well for me is to start with breath work. You know, breathing solves so many things in life: anxiety, anxiousness, performance anxiety. So just start with a few deep breaths into your belly. Really focus on the exhale, because that's what removes the tension from your body and allows you to be back in control. Then dive into something that's productive. So don't go home and jerk it. Instead, be like, you know what? This is a good time for me to go to the gym. You know what? This is a good time for me to dive headfirst into that project that I've been putting off that I need to get done. The point here is just to be aware and to not allow this lust to control you, and instead to start exercising control over these emotions. And number 5 is your life without women. I honestly think the best way to look at your life is like you're baking this cake, and all of the basic ingredients, the flour, the eggs, the butter, that is your fitness routine. That is your career. That is your different habits as a man. Those are things that you have control over regardless if women are in your life or not. You can be building up your money. You can be building up your body and practicing good, healthy habits that fill you with energy every day and make you feel like you have a purpose, a mission every day, regardless whether or not you have a rotation of girls or whether you have a girlfriend. That doesn't matter. The way to look at women is they're just the little design on top of the cake. They do with the icing. Yeah, maybe it makes the cake a little bit more enjoyable. Maybe it adds some value, but if they remove that off, I'm still going to enjoy the fuck out of that cake, bro. Like, as men, we must forge a life that is meaningful to us. And if we're able to share that life with a really cool girl, that's awesome. Yeah, that'll make it a little bit better. But if not, we're still coming back to this cool ass life. That's why I always like to dive into new projects. Lately, I've been trying to level up my paddle game and become the best out here in Marbella, which is never gonna happen, but I've gotten a lot better. That's why I first started my YouTube channel, just to dive into something new and exciting. It makes life fun and exciting, regardless if women are involved or not. If you made it to the end of this video, I recommend you check out this one next. It is about 7 things that destroy your masculine energy. And if you're new to the channel, click down there to subscribe, as I drop 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.